Hey everyone, today is June 10th, 2023. So once again, these are images from the animated short I, Pet, Goat 2. I've showed these images several times, but they're also relevant once again to events that happened this month. The split apple splits into two H shapes, but the letters next to the apple are C7 or LC, depending on which way you look at it. But Obama is looking down from this perspective, and he sees the backwards C in the 7. So C is the third letter. That equals 37. The other way, it equals 1, 2, 3. We have the 12th letter and the third letter. So already this year, on February 6th, we had that Turkey earthquake, the deadliest earthquake in several years. Well, that was on the 37th day of the year, but the coordinates were also 37 latitude and longitude. And the last trading day of Apple before that Turkey earthquake, Apple hit a high of 157, and that is the 37th prime. And I mentioned before, the company Apple is even on the 37th parallel in Cupertino, California. So now we forward to June 6, just a few days ago, the dam collapse in Ukraine. So that situation is still ongoing. We have to wait and see exactly how bad things are going to get. But this was a big event, and it happened on the 157th day of the year. And guess what? That is the 37th prime. And we also see the connection from I, Pet, Goat 2's release date. I mentioned several dates in the month of June. I actually didn't mention 6/6, but I did talk about to watch for dates that connect with the release date of I, Pet, Goat. And if you include the end date, we have a 9/11 connection, 11 years, 19 days. The reverse in parentheses means to switch the dates, putting the 6/6 over here and 6/24 over here. And as I said before, we've seen the beginning of the Ukraine-Russian war happening 116 months. The upside-down reverse 9/11 after the release of I, Pet, Goat 2. And it just so happens to that beginning date to this dam collapse, if you include the end date, it's exactly 66 weeks and 6 days happening on 6/6. Now I just showed you the split apple, the C7, talking about the number 37 next to the apple. And wouldn't you know it, Apple on June 6th, the day of this dam collapse, went down minus 0.37. No coincidence there, all scripted. Now we forward to June 8th, where Trump had 37 criminal charges against him. And if you look, the date adds to 37, 6 plus 8 plus 23. And even the release date of I, Pet, Goat 2 is 11 years, 16 days apart. The reverse upside down, 9/11. Now, June 8th was also 9/19 on the Hebrew calendar. Broken down, it's the 157th prime. Broken down further, it's the 37th prime. When we look last year at 9/19, that was the 7.7 earthquake in Mexico. The year before, on 9/19, we had the volcanic eruption on La Palma Islands. So in previous videos, I mentioned this flower blooming out of the apple also represents the flower moon eclipse. So the flower moon is the first full moon in the month of May. Last year, we had a lunar eclipse on the first full moon in May. Also, this year, once again, and if you look at last year, exactly 37 days after that flower moon eclipse, we had an earthquake in Afghanistan killing 1,163 people. And so now I'm looking at tomorrow, June 11th, because that is exactly 37 days after last month's flower moon eclipse. June 11th is also 3/22 on the Hebrew calendar. And it does have a 9/11 connection once again to I, Pet, Goat 2's release date, with the end date included, as well as June 12th. So I'm showing this image here because they encoded some things in a similar way as I'm talking about here, the 37 days or 37 weeks or whatever after this flower moon eclipse, because we had events connecting to Obama's birthday. 101 days we had a mass shooting. We had 10 months, 1 day on June 5th last year that I talked about a mass shooting. And even in the year 2017, we had a mass shooting 101 days prior to the big mass shooting in a classroom on Valentine's Day. And that's why they put the 101 or LOL, is they make you think he's laughing, but it's double coded, before the love. So that related to the Valentine's Day shooting, that related to Obama's birthday. And these letters, which translate to numbers, also relate to the flower moon eclipses. When we look at that train accident in India killing 288 people that I said had a 9/11 connection to the release date of iPet Goat 2, we look at last year's flower moon eclipse to that train accident. It was 1 year, 2 weeks, 3 days. This way, it's the 12th letter and 3rd letter, the 1, 2, 3. And even the recent charge of 37 criminal counts on Trump, well, that was 1 year and 23 days after last year's flower moon eclipse. So that's why I see, especially tomorrow with the 322 in the Hebrew calendar, the connection to iPet Goat, and the 37 days after the flower moon eclipse as being another high watch date. So what could we be looking at tomorrow? Maybe something else between Russia and Ukraine. I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But there's been plenty of evidence of several events happening connecting to the release date of iPet Goat 2 and this number 37, especially this year. And we're probably seeing that big 37 connection this year more than others because we are in the year of the rabbit, and it's right above Lily's head who drops the apple. So other dates I said to look at: June 12th, June 28th, June 30th. But we'll be watching tomorrow and see what occurs, if anything at all. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.